Oh. What's going on, everybody? It's Drek here. Welcome to DwreckTV. And happy 4th of July. And everybody's having their barbecues, and I'm about to be going to do mine as well. But before I do all that, there's something I've been wanting to talk about for quite some time, and it's something that I've been holding back for a long time. But I have mentioned it a lot in my previous videos. And that is about Earthworm Jim. As I've stated before, that I'm a big Earthworm Jim fan. Y'all already seen what I got. I had the action figures when I was a kid. I had the VHSs when I was a kid. And my pal Duke and his girlfriend, they got me the vinyl record for Earthworm Jim, the anthology, which I thought was really cool. But I think I've said this before, is how when I was a kid, I was such a big fan of Earthworm Jim that I drew my own comic books. And also, it's pretty funny because when I was a kid, where I come from, where I grew up, the comic books were considered uncool. And if anyone that read comic books were pretty much like one of them dweebs and everything, like the whole, you turn the page, wash your hands, turn the page, wash your hands. Or people that was like a comic book guy on The Simpsons. Nobody wants to be around people like that. But I think it's funny how at 11 years old I drew my own comic book. And I just wanted to show y'all and tell y'all about this right here. And this is the original. It has the original Earthworm Jim comic book when I drew when I was 11, and one that I drew when I was 18. A remastered one, if you will, in 2003. So I just want to show this to y'all. Not gonna draw too much right now, but this is something I wanted to show for a long time. So let's check it out. Man, this is so embarrassing. This is the comic book that I drew when I was 11 years old. And my God, this looks freaking terrible. I freaking threw it all together with tape and those the bread, yeah, with tape and everything. But let's have a look at it, shall we? Or what's holding it together? Got Jim, Psychro, and Princess what's her name, Peter Puppy, Jim. My God, this is terrible. And it's very straight. It was very simple, straightforward, to the point. So we're taking out a Jim. He's going out. I'm going out, and he goes there. Meets Princess what's her name. Finds out that Princess what's her name gets kidnapped by Psychro. Psychro never going to get away with this. Oh yeah. And also when I was a kid, I always thought about doing like pop-up book type stuff, because I was always fascinated with things like that. I'm pulling it all together. Yeah, this freaking... I was very creative though. Psychro going crazy and everything, and then Jim beats him. And they go to the bowling alley, and then chapter 2. Oh yeah, this is whenever it was pretty much like if you watched the episode The Egg Beater, you know what I'm talking about, where Jim has to fight all his enemies. I thought that was like one of the coolest episodes, when he fought every one of them. So I recreated that scene. This was Monster Dog, believe it or not. It's Peter, becomes Monster Dog. One down. That's Bob. That's Evil Jim. Evil the cat. Professor Monkey Forehead. Dude, this is terrible. But this is what I drew when I was 11 years old. Blew up the world. So we blew up the castle on Insectica, from Budville. That's the brick gun from Earthworm Jim 2. That's not the story. Chapter 3. Peter, Professor Monkey Forehead. Lights go. The room got dark. Lights came back on. Jim Peter's not there no more, but there's a note on the table. Oh, Earthworm Jim, I kidnapped Princess Peter. Come out on Jim, come in and get him. Ha ha ha. And it goes to Professor Monkey for his laboratory. Let's fight, huh? Sick of snot. He beats the first. Then he gets arrested. This could get worse. The cow drops on him. That's not it. Chapter 4. This one's with Bob. Yes, that is Bob. That's number 4. Wow. Lights go out. Lights go out. Turns back on. The princess is not there. Jim's like, what's going on? Flies to La Planeta de Aqua. Let's fight. He just freaking just takes them all out. Look at this. Then he goes to jail. And one more to go. Look at all the suits that Jim's got. Got regular suit. Peter's cleaning out his new suit. Well, his regular suit. And the final chapter. Jim and Princess What's Her Name go, and then Queen Slug for a butt, and Evil the Cat. Ah, they're back. That's right, we're back. We'll destroy the universe. Time for an acid furball. The Manta Shield and a minor setback. And he takes out freaking whole Zerb warriors. Takes them all out. And they got Princess What's Her Name at the edge, just like at the end of the first game. We're safe now. 8:30. Princess leaves, beats them all up. And then it's the final battle. And then Queenie dies. And she's gonna blow. And they finally put the rest. And then Jim and Princess get married. Boom, the end. Very simple, straightforward, to the point. That's all. This is great. But my God, it was terrible. And now let's check out the one that I did when I was 18. The one I was 18, it was like whenever I found the book again, and then I thought, I want to remaster this. So I looked through everything on it, and I wrote down into a script, and then I drew everything according to the script. And that's how it became with this new Earthworm Jim remastered, if you will, because this was during a time when everything was getting remastered with HD and everything, especially when the Blu-rays were not Blu-ray, but like HD and remasters, DVDs coming out. Sorry, I took a sip. But definitely look how much everything changed. From 1996 to 2003. You can tell. Like, that's Jim. Big difference. Let's see. Like Princess What's Her Name. There she. Princess What's Her Name. My God. Big difference. Let's see. Psycho. Big difference. Big difference. Alright, let's take a look at the remastered. Because I know this is like completely embarrassing for me. Starts off pretty simple, straightforward. Like, Jim shows Jim getting chased by crows and everything, but then the planet Budville, Queen Slug for a Bud, rolls with an iron fist. Her sister, Princess What's Her Name, leads the rebel fighters. She wants to be rid of them. She gets Professor Monkey for Head to build the super suit, which Psycho is going to deliver to her. Yeah, along the way, the princess she ambushes Psycho, and the suit falls to Earth, which lands on Jim, and he becomes Earthworm Jim. And Psycho's starting to, like, going around trying to find him. This was actually drawn without color. My friend Duke had scanned this in and used, I think he used Photoshop or something. One of those early computer programs where he colored it all with computer, and I thought it looked amazing, especially with the shading and everything. But chapter 1, Ransom. This is pretty much. Well, actually, I actually colored this. I scanned the page in and I colored with my pencil markers. I colored with my markers, but this is the original drawing. How it shows how Queen Slugford talking to Psychro because she wants to she's telling him to kidnap Princess What's Her Name and ransom her for Jim's super suit. Yeah, I didn't finish coloring this yet. But yeah, it shows Jim and Peter and the princess having dinner. And Psychro shows up. Then they fight. Throws a table at Jim, incapacitates him. Kidnaps the princess. They try to figure out where he's at. It is kind of his things places. Then he goes find him in Las Vegas. Yeah, this is way better arc. You can tell that from age 11 to 18, it got way better. I need to scan these in so everybody can like just check it out. And this was like almost 20 years before the comic books that Doug TenNapel would draw. Yeah, chapter 2 is What the Heck. This one's gonna show Evil the Cat. The Evil the Cat with Hinch Rat. And these were characters that I created in the show called Warhog and one of Princess Zerb Warrior's Roach. Yeah, and this one Evil the Cat gets the suit much like on the first game What the Heck, where Jim is out of the suit and Evil the Cat has the suit. So that's where I based that on. Like, where's Jim? He goes get Peter and Warhog, and Evil the Cat's messaging the Queen, telling her that he's got the suit. Look how they have computers and everything. You can tell that this was like early 2000s. And then he hits him, and guess you know what happens after that. He starts morphing into a monster dog. And this one I wanted him, and instead of like just morphing, I wanted to like tear out of his skin and become monster dog, much like on the first game. I thought that was like super cool. If I ever come back to color this scene, it's gonna look super cool. And then he goes after Evil the Cat, chases him all over the place, and tickling him turns him back to normal. He third detestable nemesis of virtue, and he falls to his defeat. And then they finally go back home and all that good stuff. Earthworm Jim, chapter 3, Monkey Fancier. This is the one where it's going to show Professor Monkey Forehead. Finds out Professor Monkey Forehead kidnaps Princess and Peter, much like on my first comic book. I'd say out of all the Earthworm Jim villains, Professor Monkey Forehead is my absolute favorite because just how original he is. And he was actually absolutely very fun to draw as well, because he's just a mad scientist. He's got a monkey on his head, and it's you can't get around it. Sorry, I'm drinking. He's one of those. He's such an original character that even if you try to imitating something like this, there's no getting around it. There's no getting around Professor Monkey Forehead. Doug TenNapel is a genius in creating this character. And he finally goes on, and he's taking out all the enemies. And I really liked the level 5 on the first game. Trying to recreate it in a way was super fun. Can't wait to color this. He takes the spark trying to put the blunt to fire. If you remember the comic book, if you remember the cartoon, you know what I'm talking about. And he gets strapped to him. Well, this doesn't look good. So he's gonna zap them all. Then Jim grabs his gun, fire. Ate their file engine of destruction. An epic scene. And then he's like, we're doomed. He's gonna shoot him. He's gonna his glacier ray, but then he shoots and then hits the manta ray. Then he defeats Professor Monkey Forehead. And then chapter 4, A Day for the Fish. It took me about 3 months to draw this whole thing. This one it shows Bob. And this one, his location is like based on the background from his level on Down the Tubes on the first Earthworm Jim game. I think it was around here where I started getting like aggravated and like burn out because I was like drawing almost every day, every hour trying to draw this thing. But in this one, he kidnaps Peter for some strange reason. Like, why is he going after Peter? Then Jim gets word that Peter gets kidnapped by Bob from Warhog, and then he says he wants to race him. If he wins, he gets Peter back, but if he loses, then he has to hand over the suit. Like, over my dead warm body, I'm taking Peter now, you're not stopping me. No, but he can. Alrighty then, let's race. And they race, much like tube race on the first game. This is a race right here. And he's like, then he wins, like, okay, you got everybody back. Kicks him in his dick. Kicks him in his balls. And then he's like, I'm gonna take you all out. His gun's missing. Because in right here, he said no guns, no nothing, as they race. Like, fair enough, he hands him his gun. So now he's like, where's his gun? They still got it. Like, hand it over. They start running. He's going after him to go get his gun. But then, you know what happens right here. Man, I have the gun back and still improvise. Trips his ass. Then he gets his gun back and all of a sudden, it's like, oh, this can't be good. Takes them all out. And then he's like, oh, still keeps throbbing. And then here's the final chapter, the climactic showdown. The queen calls everybody. She says why. She gives them all assignment to get the super suit back from Earthworm Jim, but they all failed. And she tells them to everybody explain everything. So they're explaining everything. Then Professor Monkey Forehead comes up with a plan to get the suit and get rid of Jim. So they go through their whole devious plan. Ha 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 ha. They're having all the friends are having a barbecue. Then Professor Monkey Forehead has the chicken head, the robot chicken. I call him Knucklehead for some strange reason. Kidnaps Princess, what's her name? Him and Psycho go into the ship and goes back to the queen. Jim's pissed. Like, don't these evil doors ever get over to getting the suit back? And he said he's going to Bubville and teach them a lesson to not get on Earthworm Jim's bad side. And then he goes off, and they're getting ready for his arrival. He's going through a whole in-thought dialogue. I have a bad feeling about all of this, but I can't turn back now. My candied apple of ecstasy is in danger, and if she's ever in danger, I must meet a horrible fate, so be it. Not only that, the universe is in jeopardy. From here on out, I'm on my own. Once I step foot on Buttville, it's on. So this was like a big, epic prelude to what's about to happen. He arrives on Buttville, spots Evil the Cat. He starts shooting at him, but then he leads him to the Queen's lair, where he's being met by a horde of Zerg warriors. The Earthworm Jim way, less talking and more mindless mayhem. Lead their gigantic, undefeatable army. And he takes them all out. He stands them all over him. It's like, whew, what a fortuitous happenstance. Then he goes into the Queen's lair, like, come on out and prepare to be pummeled. And oh boy, he meets all of them. You've been a problem in our side long enough, Earthworm Jim. We decided to get together and plan to destroy you once and for all and move on as rulers out of the universe. He gets surrounded. I can take you all on 1 to 7. Where's the princess? She's fine. And then he goes. Luthez press on. Psycho starts beating him and cracks his helmet. It's pretty much like the whole scene from the Egg Beater, because I thought that was like one of the coolest scenes of the whole episode, of the whole series, was the Egg Beater. He takes them all out one by one, just like on the Egg Beater. Then Evil the Cat throws him into the cannon. Into Bob's exploding Robo Squid. Oh yeah. Oh wait, where are the 6 or 7? I guess there are 7. He starts getting chased by the Queen. Then they go here and she says, "You shall perish now, and the suit will be mine again." And he's like, "Wait, before you do anything, I just wonder, why do you want this suit back so badly?" And she goes into the whole dialogue of pretty much everything that was explained in the prelude. And Jim's saying, "Why don't you get Simian Skull to make you another one? Enough talk, you impeccable invertebrate. Give me the suit." And he starts getting damaged. "You know you're damaging your suit more than you're damaging me." And it's like a big epic battle between them. Like fists are flying and everything. She throws him into the dungeon spot where the princess is being kept. Jim's going after her, but he's still getting shot up by the queen. Rips the door off. He hugs her. Then, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I'm fine. Just finish her off. You're mine." Then she starts charging up. She's about Jim's about to die right here. And he takes his gun. He starts charging up, and then it's a big epic struggle. "You have no chance of defeating me, Worm. Do you think so?" And then he starts walking forward, and then she drops a scepter. She's gonna blow, just like in the first game. So "You did it, Jim. Now for finishing touches." He gets a freaking grenade. "Eat dirt, everyone in the vicinity." Kaboom. Damn, that was epic. And they're worried about Jim, like, what if he didn't make it? And then he shows back up with Princess what's her name. They're all excited, like, "You're back, you're okay." Yeah, he's all tore up and everything, but he's okay. "I defeated the queen and squashed my enemies like roadkill, and the universe is saved again." And they share a kiss. Like, "Ugh. Hey, come on, guys, let's celebrate." And shows Psycho saying, "I shall destroy you," and whatnot. He's ready to fight him. Oh, the cow drops on him. Groovy. So, having defeated the nefarious queen, our hero Earthworm Jim wins back the heart of the lovely Princess what's her name, and now Jim returns to the HQ for a well-deserved rest. So until his next adventure, see you later. The end. Woo, man, that was epic. So yeah, when I said I used to draw comic books, that's what I was talking about. And man, this makes me want to draw a comic book again. It makes me want to draw like the continuations to this thing, you know? Because even though I love Doug TenNapel, he only did 2 books, and he said he was going to do 5 of them. He only did 2 of them, but it's like, come on. But doing stuff like this is things that I love to do. Aside from talk about video games and pro wrestling and such, I love to draw. I like to take people on adventures that they'll never forget, and ones that they will just come back to over and over and pass down to the new generation. And I did plan to do a second and third one, but I was too busy with my original comic book that I'll show later on. Because the second one, that was going to deal with pretty much the villains coming back, but the queen was dead, and that they was going to destroy planet Earth with a big old clay ray, and in order to power that thing, they needed the battery of the gods, which was the battery that powered Jim's suit. So the whole second comic book was going to be all about the villains trying to get the suit so they can get the battery from Jim's suit, and they wound up getting all defeated. They wound up getting taken out completely. And the third book was going to be, like, the whole tagline was Jim saved a planet from an iron fist of a monarch. Then the second one, he saved his own planet from clay-fisted madman. And then the third one was going to be about him saving the most precious thing in the universe, which was himself. That was going to deal with, it was going to be like years after the second one, how all his friends, like Peter, the princess, what's her name, and even Warhog and Roach, they was all going to, they had already scattered around, but then they was going to get called back to a reunion by some guy that said that some space pirates had gotten loose, which was led by Major Mucus, and they had to go around the universe trying to find them. But at the same time, try to guess where this is going. An alien parasite attaches to Jim's suit, and it turns it black. And it gives Jim like extra powers. Like he gives him like extra strength, extra boost of energy and everything. But at the same time, it started making him do the opposite of what he normally does. So everything he started loving, he started to hate, and everything he started to hate, he started loving. You can see where this is going. And then he finds out that the whole thing started making him do the opposite, so he had to get rid of it, even though he said that he didn't want to get rid of it because it gave him such power and everything. But even Princess What's-Her-Name was saying, like, you have to get rid of it. It's making you not you. And its only weakness on it was frozen yogurt. So Jim would go to a far-off planet. He started pouring frozen yogurt on himself to get the alien parasite off him, and he throws him into toxic waste, and he escapes. And then the parasite starts coming out of the toxic waste, and it takes the form of him, and that turns into Evil Jim. That was based around the Spider-Man 3 theme, the Spider-Man 3 plot line with Venom. I wanted Evil Jim to look like Venom in a way. So then Evil Jim teamed with Major Mucus. So that led to a whole epic final battle between them, the space pirates, and Earthworm Jim and friends, and even Booger Man. Yeah, Booger Man was going to make an appearance in it. But that was my whole Earthworm Jim adventure. Would I ever draw something like that again? Maybe. I wouldn't mind, but I got so much original comic books that I'm doing right now. It's not even funny. I've been doing a original comic book for like the last 20-something years, and I'm just starting to make something brand new. So, yeah. If anybody wants to draw something like that, if y'all want to draw it, I can write the story, and I'll let y'all draw it. And I'm hoping that Doug Tenaple would get his spark back to drawing the Earthworm Jim books again. But anyway, this is Dreck signing out. Just wanted to share that with y'all. So that being said, hope y'all have a happy 4th of July. This is Dreck signing out. See y'all on the flip side. Oh.
DwreckTV. Hi guys, hit the notification bell and the like button. Yeah.